Fans, the following contest is a tag team match where the winner will go up in the rankings for the IPW UK Tag Team Championship. It is set for one fall. Introducing first, making their way to the ring, the team of Marty Scurll and Zack Sabre Jr, the leaders of the new school.
Well, we said at the start there's going to be a lot of hate in this building tonight, and here's the way to start it. Two of the most obnoxious young men you could possibly hope to meet, Marty Scurll and Zack Sabre Jr.
Two of the most talented young men. Both of these guys are great wrestlers. They'll take you down to the mat, they'll tie you up, they'll twist you around, they'll make you hurt in a million different ways, Dave Bradshaw.
Well,
what a year it's been, especially for Zack Sabre Jr.
And there's no question, both of these men, incredible athletes, but I have real issues with their attitude, Dean.
Well, it's just you. I think they're fantastic. See, he told that ugly old bat she was an ugly old bat. He tells it as it is.
Unnecessary.
Introducing the team of Dan Head and Max Voltage, they are Maximum Head.
Well, of course, Maximum Head on their way to the ring, and we saw Dan Head in action here in singles competition last month. An incredible effort over the past year by Dan Head to get to the semi-finals of the British National Championship. Tonight, he's back in tag team action. Head's been picking up victories, upset victories over many competitors, as has his partner Max Voltage throughout their IPW UK careers. A big win against the untouchables Dave Morales and Jack Storm earlier in the year. It's the first time they've tagged for a while. Of course, the leaders of the new school a lot more recently have been in tag action. Will Maximum Head be a little bit rusty tonight?
Well, that is a very valid question, Dave. Especially as you said, Dan Head has been recently concentrating on the singles competition. Max Voltage has been involved in a lot of other projects away from wrestling, so they haven't tagged for a while. But you know, is it going to be like riding a bike, or is there going to be a little bit of rust in there? Well, only time will tell. We'll find out as this match progresses.
A lot of aggressive words between the two sides as we prepare to start this opener, and as John Atkins said, the winner of this match will climb in the tag team rankings.
Absolutely, yeah. They'll go up to number 2, I believe, behind just the Cartel, who are, of course, former champions and therefore number 1 contenders at the moment.
They are. The Cartel have had a couple of opportunities to win those titles back from the Thrillers recently, and every time, it has to be said, in controversial circumstances, they've blown that opportunity. So one of these two teams could well get a chance very soon.
So really what you're saying is that the Cartel shouldn't be number 1 contenders, something I couldn't agree more with. You know, they've had their chance, they've blown it. Let's have some fresh contenders, some...
Well, he's an angry young man.
What's he angry about?
I don't know, he's angry. I think the crowd's comments towards him and Zack there. But, you know, if you're going to come out here and yell at people and scream, you know, the first thing he did was shout at people. What does he expect?
Well, you know, there's the relationship between Marty Scurll and the fans here has never been good. They're clearly jealous of his athletic abilities and his ring skills, his good looks, and all-round charisma. And you know, when you look at the people around here in Bromley and you look at Marty Scurll, they're poles apart, and that's really where the jealousy comes from, I think.
Wow, you really like the guy, Dean. Have you got a picture of him in your wallet or something?
I just recognise talent when I see it, Bradshaw.
Wow. Marty Scurll showing a bit of talent, it has to be said, in the opening exchange here. But look at that, fast counters by Voltage and into the side headlock. The early going of this one, both men just trying to gain the advantage, and a headlock takedown by Scurll, rolls over, hooks the leg.
Beautiful chain wrestling there from Marty Scurll. See, this is what I was talking about. You haven't got all this diving, flippy, floppy, high risk stuff. This is good, old-fashioned, technical wrestling. You know, the stuff that we were brought up on.
I've never denied, Dean, never once have I denied Scurll and Sabre are both incredible technical competitors. but it's their attitude. Take Zack Sabre, for example. He won the Rising Star Award at the UK Indie Awards this year.
And so he should.
And hasn't shut up about it since. I haven't met the guy once where it wasn't in the first 2 sentences he said to me.
Hey, he's very proud of that award, and rightly so.
Oh, great Hurricane Rana from Voltage. An arm drag. Scurll in trouble. And Voltage hangs on to the arm. Now, you might talk about the groundwork of Scurll and Sabre, but if Max Voltage can get that kind of high-flying, high-speed offense going, this could be a short match. Not showing any ring rust at all so far as well, it has to be noted. Here we go then, it's going to be Head and Sabre.
Well, I was going to say about the ring rust, you know, it's not in the early stages it shows, it's as the match wears on, as you get tired, as you start to take shortcuts and make mistakes, you know.
Well, time will tell. And I'll tell you one thing.
Oh, did you hear that, Dave Bradshaw?
Certainly did, and I'll tell you one thing about Zack Sabre Jr. I've learned in the few months I've been watching him here in IPW, you will never ever get a clean break from that obnoxious young man.
That's quite a sweeping statement to make.
Check the tapes. I'm telling you. Here we go. There you go, try it again. My point exactly, look at that. Fists of fire from Dan Head. Sends Sabre to the corner and takes him down. Sabre to the outside.
That was a clean break, he was just stretching out his hamstrings, that's all that was.
At high speed.
You know, did he connect at all with Dan Head? No, there's no contact made. It was just, you know, early in the match, he's just stretching the muscles out. You know, you don't want to risk injuries in this business.
You're unbelievable. You know what, you said you're going to be pleased to see the back of me, Dean. The feeling is absolutely neutral, I promise you. Stretching out. Goodness sake. Okay, Head in control again. You can see a bit more chain wrestling like we saw the other 2 men moments ago. And Sabre, look at that, turning Head onto his stomach, hooking the legs there. You see how he's got the weight of his whole body on the lower back of Dan Head, going to try and stretch him backwards using the legs.
Oh, look at this, fantastic.
He's driving the elbow there into the spine and now wrenching the left arm backwards.
And he's using his own head as a pivot there on the back of Dan Head's shoulder blades. Yeah, it's very confusing when one of the competitors' name is Head.
All right, we're back to square one here. Some damage may have been done.
I think so. I think Dan Head's been stretched out by Zack Sabre Jr. there.
An elbow tie up again. Sabre into the waist lock and it's countered by Head. One settling down into a high quality technical contest. Sabre's time. He's hooked the head there. He's going to cut off the airways using his legs. Sorry, Dean, you were saying?
I was saying it's been a mixed few months for Zack Sabre Jr. He won a very high-profile tournament in Farringdon recently, beating Doug Williams and Claudio Castagnoli, among others. And that was great success for him there. And then also he recently failed in a challenge for Johnny Storm's Premier welterweight title a few weeks ago in Premier Promotions down in Worthing. So it's been a mixed journey recently for Zack Sabre Jr., but all around the country and in Germany as well. You know, he's having high-profile matches. It really has been. I've said it before, and the Independence Day Awards obviously back up what I've been saying, that 2008 has been the year of Zack Sabre Jr. It's been his breakout year for sure.
Yeah, at the start I said Dan Head made the semi-finals of the British National Championship last month. Of course, Zack Sabre Jr. doing the same, losing to the eventual winner, the new British National Champion, Terry Frazier.
And what a disgrace that was.
That was not a disgrace. I'll tell you what was a disgrace was when Frazier was celebrating the proudest moment of his career and was interrupted and blindsided by the so-called Mr. IPW, Ashley Reed. I'm sure Frazier's going to have something to say about that tonight. Backdrop by Head.
Well, I believe Reed is in the building. He'll be explaining his actions later on as Marty Scurll's thrown out the ring. Fortunately, lands on his feet there.
And you see the leaders of the new school regrouping. What's this now? Oh, look at that, a huge moonsault by Max Voltage.
And he lands on his feet.
Takes down both of his opponents off the hands of his tag partner, Dan Head. Incredible move, I've never seen that.
Well, it's the innovative double team maneuvers of Maximum Head, and they go for something else now.
Voltage up high.
Beautiful drop kick, catches him in the stomach.
Just the sheer precision of these two from the top rope is incredible. I don't think there's anyone like these two in British wrestling for top rope moves, team.
But you know something, Bradshaw, it only takes one mistake, it only takes one slip up from that position, and the match can be over.
Yeah, it's called high risk for a reason. Dan Head learned that after his mistake against Johnny Moss. That was his British National Championship over.
Exactly, and that's why it's better to wrestle on the mat, grind them down on the floor, the good old British way.
Dean, you've got to do what brought you to the dance, and for these two, it's the high-flying moves are the reason they're here. That's what's got them this far, and on the brink, possibly, of a tag team title match. All right, Voltage sends Scurll into the corner, and oh, there we go, no one home. But Scurll stops them both, and an elbow to the face. He tries again, and again, unsuccessful. Voltage, the stomp to the back. Scurll stays on his feet. And oh, he's going for a power slam. I thought Voltage was going to counter. And look at that.
He did. He countered by trying to get a spinning head scissors. And basically Marty Scurll, oh, beautiful. Marty Scurll countered the counter. That's what happened, Dave.
And oh, you can see Sabre with the boot to the face of Dan Head. Scurll just depositing Voltage on the top rope.
And you know, Dan Head has got a hot temper on him.
He certainly has.
And they're capitalising on that right now.
Yeah, that could be the problem. We see this so often. A classic tactic to attack the guy on the apron and have it rile him up, get the referee distracted.
You know, Dan Head and Max Voltage, they've been tagging up for about 7 years now. They broke into the business together. They trained at the FWA Academy together. And, you know, it is really a tag team of, you know, friends both in and out of the ring, and they look out for each other. And the leaders of the new school, Scurll and Sabre, they're taking advantage of that and really just riling up well, they're both pretty hot-headed, but Dan Head especially is. And they're taking advantage of that. It's smart planning by the leaders of the new school.
It's underhanded and dirty is what it is. Well, let's not dwell on it. I don't think we're going to agree. Let's try and get on for this last 2 hours of our broadcasting relationship thing. Scurll, again.
There's a tear in your eyes, isn't there, Bradshaw?
Oh, I'm going to cry myself to sleep tonight.
No change from the usual routine there.
I'm going to ignore you. Leg drop to the arm.
Good, I was just about to call the action thing as you were going off on the tangent, but yes, leg drop to the arm.
And Scurll now, look at this, he's trying to hook his foot around the back of the shoulder of Max Voltage.
Oh, beautiful. Grapevine to the arm, basically.
But again, look at this. Again, he's spending too long taunting. Voltage able to get onto his, almost try and somersault over, get out of the move. Scurll was lucky he didn't do that there. It's not just a personality defect, Dean, it is an actual wrestling weakness when you get someone who taunts so often when they're admittedly in an advantageous position, but not in a purely dominant one.
Both men in the ring now. Chris Hatch giving them a 5 count.
Here comes Sabre. And what's this?
Oh, beautiful maneuver. Beautiful.
There's nothing beautiful about that.
You know, Max Voltage was preparing himself, psyching himself up for some high-flying move, and instead he just gets a slap across the chops.
Just such disrespect. I mean, you know, these are 4 of the greatest young prospects in British wrestling. Why could they not just have an exceptional match? Which, you know, admittedly, at the points in this match they are. Why do we have to have the attitude from these 2 idiots on the side?
Because, Bradshaw, when you're in a great position like the leaders are, it's much more fun that way. You know, they're injecting a bit of personality into British wrestling, something that you should take some lessons in. I mean, what's going on with that tank top, for God's sake?
My winter number. I'm not going to take fashion advice from a guy who shows up here every month looking like a used car salesman. Ridiculous. Sabre with the arm hooked again. He's been working on that left arm of Max Voltage for several minutes during this match. And you see, again, he's trying to pull him towards the corner, keeping Voltage away from Head on the sideline. And those high kicks from both men. I'll say this about the leaders of the New School, whatever else I think of them. Oh, hang on a second, back elbow from Voltage. This could be his chance. And yes, he makes the tag. In comes Dan Head.
And Dan Head, house of fire here.
Yeah, he takes down Sabre. And blocks the punch from Scurll.
Oh, the double underhook headbutts. Here we go.
Vintage Dan Head to the ropes. And takes him down with a flying headbutt. Cover here. He's got two. And Sabre makes the save.
Used car salesman.
I thought you'd gone a bit quiet. You're sulking. Oh, there we go.
Higher education.
There we go, Max Voltage in, Scurll.
Oh, Max Voltage just unceremoniously dumped out the ring.
Scurll with a kick to the head.
Oh, beautiful. He just kicked Dan Head into next week.
2 count in. This time Voltage makes the save.
Illegal save, I hasten to add. You don't mention it when your favourites are doing it, do you?
Well, you didn't mention it when the leaders of the New School did it, Dean. And
that time he hits the satellite DDT. 1, 2, but no, Zack Sabre makes the save.
And Chris Hatch is just losing his rag there in the corner of the referee. He's lost control of this one. All 4 men been in the ring for a considerable amount of time now. Kick to the midsection by Sabre. Snapmare takedown.
Oh, yes.
Sabre makes the cover. He's got 2, and again the save. Chris Hatch really has to get 2 of these men out of the ring.
Well, as you said, Chris Hatch has lost control.
Look at this, look at this. The 2 men that double underhook, headbutts, and banging their heads together. Sabre to the outside. Scurll in all kinds of trouble.
Marty Scurll not in a good place.
Oh no, if they hit this, it's over. Down they go. Max Factor got the pin. There's 2 and oh, Sabre with the save again. I thought that was all. And now Dan Head trying to get the crowd on side and managing. He's got a newfound respect here with the IPW fans since that incredible showing in the British National Championship. What's this on the top rope? Look at this. Head again with the underhook headbutts. I'll tell you what, Marty Scurll's going to be sore in the morning from those headbutts.
Scurll's down.
And Head's on the middle rope. And now look at this. Max Voltage on the middle rope with Zack Sabre Jr. Head to the top.
Nobody home.
He went for a splash. No one home.
Max Voltage loses his footing up top.
Sabre's up high.
Oh! That could break your arm in a moment. Northern Light suplex. He holds on. And there's the cross arm breaker. That patented submission.
Middle of the ring.
And it is all over. Let's go to Hardcore. John Atkins for the official word.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match as a result of a submission, the team of Marty Scurll and Zack Sabre Jr., the leaders of the New School.
And the leaders of the New School prove their class, Bradshaw. They prove their class.
Well, whatever else I'll say about them, they are confident young men. They believe, you can tell from the name of their team, they believe this is their time. And looking at that victory, an impressive victory over Maximum Head, they could just be right.
Leads of the New School, you know, great little runners, not too